Hey guys, welcome back and good morning and good evening also. So let's continue guys with the next part. Today's class is the most important class for cryptography, right? Because it is the one actually that give you uh, the real way, right? Real way means what exactly we do in the real way or real world to implement the security with the help of cryptography. That context, that practical you will see in this class. Okay, so till date, I think 2 or 3 classes we have conducted that give you a strong foundation about what is hashing. It's just a hashing one way, right? What is symmetric key, encryption, decryption, again, one single key or one shared key to share to encrypt or decrypt, right? But okay, all those concepts are independent concept. Maybe we can use independently, right? But to create the entire secure infrastructure. Okay, today is the base class for this. Okay, and in today's class, you will see even though you might have created a very powerful security algorithm, okay, like AES, for example. And guys, if you guys go, if you see my class of symmetric um, uh, encryption class, that time I was talking about AES is one of the most powerful secure algorithm. Okay, secure algorithm. Even though till in today's world, if you use supercomputers also and try to brute force and try to find out the AES key of 256 maybe or 5112 maybe, it might take millions of years to break the key. That is so powerful. Okay, if you are AES. But okay, if your algorithm is secure, but the way you are implementing the algorithm and the way you are setting the infrastructure is not correct, okay, that will also help hackers or the cracker to break this powerful key within a second. Okay, so right now I'm going to tell you and show you, right, that how you can break this AES key or crack this AES key within a second maybe. Okay, and that's one important thing I want to tell you, and this will lead to a new topic that's called asymmetric key. Okay, and wherever you go guys in the real world nowadays, anywhere we have a security for encryption, I'm talking about, we use asymmetric key, plus somewhere we also use asymmetric key with symmetric key. This is called hybrid encryption concept. So what is hybrid and why we need this, therefore we are going to discuss today. So one of the topic for today is asymmetric key we are going to discuss. Then we are going to discuss one concept called hybrid encryptions concepts. Okay, and much more topic related to this area. Right, when I say asymmetric, public key and private key also come up, and I'm going to take this topic in such a depth that anybody who know in asymmetric algorithm, we had Diffie-Hellman algorithm, or we have RSA algorithm and much more. But we know this is the name of the algorithm, but how does algorithm work? What is the algo behind it? What's the idea? Why is not unbreakable? Okay, so I will explain you guys uh, these complex algorithm in very simplest way, that even though you have no idea of creating the algorithm, even though you have no idea about any cryptography concept also, but the way I'm going to explain this concept very quickly, you can understand the internal deep about the algorithm of RSA and Diffie-Hellman algorithms, right? Okay, using this algorithm is so simple. We have a command, we can use it. Okay, anybody from IT background, anybody from security background, they might be using RSA and Diffie-Hellman from last couple of maybe months and years, right? But how they work behind the scene, okay, maybe very rarely guys might know, okay, with the right concept and the detailed knowledge about it. Okay, and if you try to read some books, it looks so complex that we don't feel like to go read those books about these algorithm. But I'll make this algorithm so simple to make understandable that that just by some minute you guys can understand the entire crux of this algorithm of RSA and Duffy helmet, right? So these are the some few topics for today's class as agenda. But before, I would like to start the topic with again AES. Okay, so what I mean by this? Okay, we guys know till now. Okay, if you want to do encryption, okay, encryption means any data you want to lock, that is called, make it cipher. Okay, this called plain text. If you want to convert into cipher text, we need to use encryption method, or also known as encryption algorithm. Okay, now in this case, there's two different kind of encryption you guys know. One is called symmetric key, that was we have discussed already in very detail. Okay, means while encrypting your plain text, if you're using a key, let's say key number A, and while decryption also, if you use the same key, means both the side we have same key, that's called symmetric encryption. Okay, and one of the most complex or most powerful security algorithm that almost everywhere we use, banks and everybody in right now current world are using, is AES, Advanced Encryption Keys or Standards. They are using is, okay, with the key length maybe 128, 512 and 256. There's a different pointer they're using it. Okay, so today what I'm going to show you, okay, even though everybody using this key, but how can you break this key very quickly? Okay, break this very quickly, because if we as security guys, or the guys from mathematics, or guys from the one who create this algorithms, who just focus on the security of this algorithm to make this algorithm so powerful that nobody can break it, neither supercomputer also break. But if you're not properly applying this key wherever you want to apply, okay, in your servers, in the client, in your infrastructure, okay, if your plan is not proper, then anybody can break it, okay, within a click. Okay, so first let me explain you, okay, what symmetric key encryption we have the issue. And this issue is not only from AES. Maybe if you go for triple dash, if you go for any other algorithm or dash, or any symmetric algorithm has this challenge, what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you guys how can you break this symmetric encryption algorithm. Plus, I'm also going to show you some more other challenges of symmetric encryptions. And after knowing this concept on challenges, that was the right time to move to asymmetric keys. Asymmetric key is the one who going to solve those challenges what symmetric keys we have. Then I am going to show you some challenge of asymmetric keys also. Okay, and to solve those challenges, we have to use hybrid keys for hybrid encryptions. That is again the plan for today. Okay, and again, everything I'm going to show you with the practical. So let me start from this topic. How can you break this key? So before guys, I take this topic, I just want to announce one small thing very quickly. Because this is what I think a lot of guys are asking from last couple of week or the month, or maybe from the years, because I'm working from last 20 years in this field. I think I told you multiple times, multiple different tools and technology I've worked on, but my main core area, is security. So I started my career 20 years back in security, and that point in time, I have done all the security thing from CCI security, CCNP security, CISSP, EC consultants program, delivered hundreds of things in security, hundreds of more projects also implemented. Okay, and till date also I keep on doing for multiple corporates also. Okay, but for the open public, I stopped deliver way back security programs or hacking program due to a lot of reasons. Okay, one of the reasons, we have a misconception of the security. When I say I'm going to deliver security courses, we feel like it's a cyber security, and it's a cyber security, feel like we're hacking courses or cracking courses. And the way I give the information, and that information has mostly been misused. Okay, that is not the that is one of the reasons I have to stop taking the security classes and the cyber security classes also, right? But one thing we should know is Okay, because if you're working in the corporate world, right, maybe in the cloud or DevOps or any of the infrastructure you guys are working in, right, final area is, let's say you're creating some applications, or you're creating a set of a database, or you're doing something maybe in the cloud, okay, or maybe in the networking, wherever you go. Okay, if you want set up the proper security of all the security measures, right, if you don't properly set it, then there's no use of using this application. Nobody gonna use it. Nobody gonna use your cloud. Nobody gonna use your setup, use your networks, because they are breakable. Security is not there, and nobody can pass the data over your network and the cloud and the databases. Okay, so security is the must we have to use every time. Every time. But the challenge in the market and the theme that is set in the market, anybody want to be a secure guys, security guys, security operations guys, or security, any things in the security. The misconception is that we have to know the text, or we have to know to break the things. It's a good thing we should know, right, to prevent something also, but that information mostly be misused, right? So that is the reason, guys, what I created here for the proper guidance to everyone, right? Because everything, if you talk about the big infrastructure, right, we have from app to microservices to multiple services, the database and file system and operating system like Linux and Windows, tons of things there. Everybody connect together and become a one big infrastructure, or the where we set the app. Okay, and when I say security, is not only for one thing. We have security for a web app, for mobile app, for particular URL, particular route or endpoint or database. Every part we have a different things about the security. App to connect to database, we have to talk about SQL injections and other more security in this area. Hundreds of security things is there. Okay, so if you want to be a complete secure guy or security guy, I can say every bit of these areas you should know, and then we can secure your entire infrastructure. Okay, so what I'm doing, guys, right now, instead coming to a security program that we stopped taking from last couple of years, but now we are planning to come up with a lot of security programs, but the model will be different. Okay, model will be different. Rather than, okay, for example, I'm taking first program is a Linux security, for example. Okay, how can you secure your Linux operating system? So rather than, right, because if you're working on the company, they might be not interested that you go and break somebody password, right? And you just go and then do some kind of pen testing on some XYZ companies and try to break their security things. Maybe mostly we don't want this. Rather than, okay, if my company, let's say Linux World, is running their Linux operating systems, so how can you harden this OS for security? It's called server hardening in terms of security. Okay, so my company server won't be hackable from the outside world. Okay, that's what we need in the company, rather than we go and break to some other servers. Okay, because okay, nowadays security is so strong. If you don't properly plan it, if you don't properly configure what security is available, then you can be breakable, you can be hackable, you can be compromised, right? But if you know what are security available, and if you know the right concept where to use what, for example, if you guys remember in my symmetric key algorithm I talk about, okay, we should know when to use ECB model and when to use CBC. All right, even though both are powerful in AES, but if you use the wrong location ECB, you're breakable, right? Even though if you use the most powerful ES algorithm, that's what I showed in the demo in my second class, I think, in cryptography. Okay, so if you know the right concept of security, okay, all the concept with respect to your operating system, for example, maybe Linux and Windows, okay, and you know how to use, when to use, how to implement, so you won't be breakable. Okay, that is the better way. So I created a program. So we keep on coming now, guys, in the security program also in my upcoming classes. Something like free, that's what I'm doing here, cryptography, something maybe chargeable. Okay, but the motto would be every topic I will pick, like Linux security, then DevOps security, then cloud security, then database security, then app security, then access management, OAuth, SAML, SSO, tons of things is there. Every area is independent, maybe sometime. Okay. But the motto would be, okay, if I pick, let's say, Linux security, so in Linux, all the possible security that can possible. Maybe it may be PAM, very powerful concept, maybe SC Linux, maybe firewall Ds, maybe rootkits, maybe CVV, to how to examine, how to apply the right CVVs. Okay, it would be tons more concepts also. Okay, how to patch the kernel, how to maybe try to see what kind of vulnerabilities we have so we can enhance whatever the things would be, right? I think you understand what I'm talking about. So if you are a Linux admin, so from security background, all right, then if you know these concepts in very detail with practical way and what to use and how to use and where to use, okay, this way. Plus sometimes also we also need to demonstration purpose, right? For example, in my case, I'm using some kind of setup like the sudo setup I do somewhere. But if I don't apply sudo, for example, if you know about Linux, you might know about sudo. If you apply a wrong sudo with the wrong commands, or maybe there's concept called SUID is one kind of permission in Linux. If you don't apply the right SUID, okay, even though you are not the root account, but you can break a lot of things. Okay, just very small commands. Just small command can be so much vulnerable if you don't apply the proper security, or if you apply the wrong security commands also. Okay, so if you know every bit detail, then you can harden your operating system, then database, then cloud, then you would be the best security guys. So I'm going to create guys multiple advanced program to cover everything for particular one domain, and let's keep on coming guys, coming in the upcoming days. Okay, plus I also create a program in such a way that first, in most of the example, I will show you first to break the thing also. Only intention is, okay, if you're working on the Linux operating system and if you know that this is some of the critical area, if you know how to break it also, sometimes that knowledge also help you to understand how the hackers think. Okay, and if you understand their mind, how they think, how they break, then you can make it make the setup more secure, because you know more than what hacker is thinking about that particular area. Even though I don't want to share this information, because I told you guys this was the challenge, I stopped taking the security classes and the programs in misuse. But wherever it's feasible to understand, that would be so much harmful for some real world and open world, that knowledge that I have right now, that I can share with you to make those things. Then how to make it secure with SLNS, for example, or my PAM, for example, that makes more logical, right? So I'm going to create a program, maybe in DevOps, cloud, database, in all the form, in such a way that these all the concepts related to from breaking most of the part, then how to secure it, preventive measures, and all the things we can apply there. Maybe proactive measures, or maybe we have to somewhere AI, wherever we need, we can apply. Okay. First program, guys, we are going to launch today only, I believe, according to my knowledge, is again about Linux security. So we have created very advanced, everything that is possible in the Linux security, very exclusive program. Because according to me, if you try to search any Linux security program, they are very basic program available, even though there's nothing very much practical also they want to cover. By creating Linux security program in such a way, almost everything about Linux security is there, and plus 100% practical program that the way I did about my other programs also. Okay, so this is one thing I just want to tell you very quickly. Okay, so let's come back to our main point, AES break. How can we do? So again, the way I explained to you is AES is so powerful. Supercomputer also can't break this algorithm, but okay, if your plan is not right, where you implement the AES, it can be breakable. Okay, for example, there's one laptop. Okay, let's say laptop number A or system number A who want to send some data to B, and they know if they send the data over the network, over the internet, right, is not secure. Okay, because everybody has an eye of in the network, right? This is called, everybody has keep on sniffing your data, reading your data with packet capturing tool that you guys know also how to do it very simply. So if AES want to send the data, there might be contained some password they never had. So B will receive Okay, but A or hackers can also receive and they can misuse your data and the password. Okay, that is a reason we don't want to use plain text. That's what you know. So what A can do, okay, A can do, okay, A before they send this data, A will log this data. How? With the help of a key, encrypted. Now this data they reach to the B. Okay, hacker can also read it. Now finally this data will be reached to the B with the logged, and same data will reach to the hackers also exit data with the log. Okay, with a log. But this data is not usable for hacker and not usable for B also. Okay, but A intention is to send the data to the B. But if B is not able to use it, there's no meaning to send it. So what A has to do, A has to send the same key, because we are using symmetric key here, or they have to share the same key. So that I can say this was shared key or shared secret key, because key is for security purpose. So this kind of key is also known as shared secret key, or also known as symmetric key also. Both the names is right. Okay, to B. The point is how they can share a key to the B. Okay, because right now A is in their laptop in one city, B in their laptop in the other country, another city. How they can send? Obviously, network is the medium. Okay, and this they are using the same internet as a medium. Obviously, nobody going to create their own private channel or lease line or private personal line from A to B. There's no technical reason, and nobody gonna do this to have this millions and billions of dollar investment. So how they do? Again, in this process, before A, okay, even though let me quickly write here, A is want to talk to B, and they know they want to do a secure communication with the key. So one of you guys, maybe A or maybe one of the guys, will go and create one key that is called secret key, means symmetric key. They create this key. How to create? You guys know the command. Okay, and because they share key, so you have to send this share key to B. Okay, they will share this secret key to the B. So B will have this secret key. Now both will have the same key. Now after this, A will send a data, let's say it had as a password, then log this password with this key. This data has been sent to the B. B has get this encrypted data cipher with the key logged. They have the same key already. They use this key to unlock this data, and they get the data what they wanted to send. So technically, okay, technically, let's say this is the combination number 1, this is the combination number 2. So after all the combination, it look like very, very secure, very, very much, like encrypted. Okay, and even though guys, from the 2 onward, whatever combination they do each other, they keep on doing encryption. Nobody gonna break it. Why? Because they're using keys, maybe with algorithm called AES. Nobody can break it. But okay, if hacker is keep on watching their communication from the initial, the way they started, when they started, and they is listening every communication 1 and 2 and 3, 2, 3, and all the things, combination is not usable for the hacker because they're encrypted. But the first communication they also reading, the hacker is also sniffing, and from this first communication, because this secret key is a secret, but it's a data. Okay, same data has been reached to B, but same data can also be captured by the hacker. So hacker can also get your secret key. Okay, and if the hacker gets the secret key, it means in the future, if you're doing combination number 2, this data right now is not useful for hacker, but hacker can get this data again with the help of sniffing by reading the packet, because they also captured the key already from the first communication. They use the same key to unlock it and use it. Okay, so in this case, whichever the powerful algorithm you use, DS3 or Blowface or maybe XYZ or maybe AES 5112 or 256, none of the biggest powerful encryption are going to help you, right? Because they are keep on watching you, and as soon they find a key or the network packets, right, they can get it, and then they can use the same key to break it. Okay, so point guys here is, Okay, here the challenge is not in the AES key. Challenge is the way you are implementing your setup, that is called your infrastructure. According to this infrastructure, the way A is B is communicating, obviously they're communicating with the help of some applications, maybe have some kind of applications they have, maybe there's some kind of process server they have. Okay, in this application server, they're communicating and they want encryption, but for the encryption, their application is generating a private, not private key, the application is generating some kind of secret key or shared secret key. Okay, and they thought, let's share the secret key to a server or some other program. After this, we start doing encryption. They're right, they can do encryption, but first line and first packet, if they're sending the key, that can be read by hacker and they can break the entire remaining communications. The way we do this setup, or I can say this infrastructure, is not at all look like secure, but it is at on not secure. Okay, and why they're not secure? It's not because of this AES algorithm. It is not secure because the issue is in the key exchange. Okay, exchange. Okay, because we have only one internet line, we have one channel, right? And same channel for transferring data encrypted and the for secret, right? And hacker is listening from this single channel or single network connection from initial. So in the same channel, we are exchanging the key. And if we exchange the key in the same channel, they can read it and break it. They use it. I can not say break it, they use it. Okay, so this is the one challenge. So challenge here is, guys, in the asymmetric encryption, the challenge, so in symmetric encryption challenge is how we can exchange the key. Okay, and if you're using the same channel for exchanging the key, it can be breakable. Okay, and guys, the way I given the example in my yesterday class, that you send your key with SMS and send the key with calling somebody, that's share the key by meet to each other. It is like just for explanation purpose, it won't work in the real world. So let me take one more example and then we'll give you one more challenge. Okay, let's say right now I'm talking only about the example of A and B, but let's say, okay, we have one laptop or one system, let's say A, but A want to communicate with thousands of different persons. In B, they want to communicate to C, they want to communicate with D, they want to communicate with E, 4, maybe thousands of like this. Okay, and I want everybody to communicate to A in a secure way. How they can do? Simple, we can create a shared key. Okay, it means what A will do. Okay, A will create a shared key. Okay, let me use the word simple name called key. Key here means the symmetric key. They create a symmetric key here. Okay, and A shares the symmetric key to B. Obviously, guys, B is a different person, C is a different person. I don't want, maybe possible B is for my account department and C maybe for my technical department, or maybe some basic other department, maybe. So maybe somebody might be hacker here. Okay, but the combination between A and B is very secure. I don't want to that anybody can capture this packet and understand what combination going on between A and B. Okay, so obviously it means A has to send, maybe this may be my company CEO, has to share different keys to everyone. So it means A has to create a key for B, A has to create a different key for C, A has to get a different key for D and different key for E. Okay, thousands, guys, 1,000 different key we have to share, so that everybody will have a different key, so they can share this key or number B to B, key number to C. Now everybody has their own secret key. This key is like, let's say key secret number B is only known by B and only by A. So between A and B, we can communicate encrypted. Okay, so in this example, guys, again, two challenge, how A can share this key to B. This is the one challenge we have. Okay, this is called key exchange channel challenge, I can say. Okay, maybe they might meet physically and share the key, is a key like a data in the pen drive, they remember in the mind, but it's not possible, right? If you have thousands guys we meet physically, not possible. Okay, similarly, thousands is a very small number. In the real world, this number is very big, actually, by millions and billions also. Okay, or the other issue would be Okay, if you have thousands of systems you want to communicate from one single system, all right, creating everyone a different secret key managing here is almost like impossible. One of the example of this kind of infrastructure would be, let's say it would be your Google, or it may be your Google Mails or Gmail. Okay, this is a Gmail mail server. Okay, and these are the client, we are the client. So this is me, I am sitting in my laptop. This is you, you're sitting in the laptop, let's say maybe Tom and something like this. Okay, so Gmail has to create a different key for Vimal. Gmail has to create a different key for Tom laptop. So communication between Tom and Gmail is encrypted with the different key. Communication between Vimal and Gmail will be encrypted in different key. Okay, nobody can able to use their key to decrypt the other data. Okay, so this is a very common example, right? So if you see guys, Facebook, Insta, hundreds of applications, that is single one, right? This is one application you have, and many guys want to communicate. So in this kind of infrastructure or in this kind of setup also, okay, creating thousands and millions and billions of key for every individual one, it's impossible. This is also one of the big challenges we have. So two challenges guys I'm talking about here: how to exchange the key, isko key exchange channel we have, challenge we have, exchange challenge we have. And second challenge is for every individual, okay, this kind of one to many, let me use the word one to many, means one person who has to communicate with many guys, and everybody in secure way. Okay, in this kind of scenario, then these kind of managing keys will be impossible. Okay, so these are two big issues we have right now. To solve these two big issues, these two issues, this was second one and this was the first one. Okay, we have to use a different kind of encryption algorithm. Finally, we are going to do encryption only, but we have to use asymmetric key. Asymmetric key. Okay, now guys, now the topic is asymmetric. So what asymmetric can help you? Asymmetric can help you to encrypt, decrypt. Okay, but asymmetric guys will solve two big challenges. Okay, the one challenge is called key exchange, and second challenge is called one to many kind of problem they can solve. Okay,